Hey, what's up everyone? Mr. Grumpy here was getting way too happy on that leather couch, and since he needed that grumpy look on his face, I now have him watch CNN or Netflix, and we are back to normal. Speaking of back to normal, I hope you're having a wonderful day and that you'll enjoy today's video.
I just got stood up on a Hinge date. Well, he canceled like an hour before the date. And that's fine. You know what? I'd rather not go anyway. So I'm at Sonic and I'm getting a blast. Alright, I got my blast. Everything is okay now. But here's my question. Maybe somebody can answer this. Why do men ask you out, pick the time and the place, and then cancel? Like, why ask me in the first place if you didn't want to go? I just don't get it.
Well, first of all, he cancelled. You didn't get stood up. Obviously, you don't know the difference because you're a girl and you never got stood up. Second of all, you didn't want to go. Yeah, you did. You got so hurt that you even made a video about it. Third of all, why we ask you out and then we cancel? Maybe because we know you're gonna talk and chew at the same time. Why that guy canceled on you? Maybe because he saw you in this other video.
Welcome to another drunk mukbang. I'm not even really drunk, so I don't even think you can count that. But I'm eating leftover baked potato soup that I couldn't finish earlier. Also, it's really hot in here. Oh, it's because I got the heat on, huh? I'll explain that. Went out tonight with my friends, had a couple drinks. Hopefully I'm not hungover in the morning. We shall see, because I'm always hungover. But anyway, the soup is good.
So it's pretty common for you to go outside, get drunk, you don't know the difference between hot and cold, and you're eating leftovers. Yeah, you sound like you're a catch. Yeah, I can never imagine why that guy cancelled on you.
I did not get hit on one time at the bars last night. And guess what? That's okay. It took me years to realize that the success of your night does not depend on how many times you get hit on, how many times a guy flirts with you, asks for your number, if your friend gets hit on way more than you. That literally doesn't matter. What matters is that you went out and had a good time. You spent time with your friends, you danced, you listened to music, you just lived. And the value of you and the quality of your night literally does not depend on whether or not a guy talks to you. I just wanted to share that message because I feel like in my early 20s, I definitely felt like that. Like, if a guy doesn't hit on me, it would hurt my feelings. It would hurt my pride. And I don't want you to feel like that. Just don't feel like that. Don't forget that you're amazing and a hot ass.
Looks like someone got her feelings hurt. Now let me get this right. Someone literally got her feelings hurt. In your 20s, you used to get validation and it made you feel good. Now the only difference is you no longer get that validation. And if you think it's bad now, just wait a few more years. It will not get any better.
What is the most controversial thing that you've ever asked for in a relationship? I'll go first. Mine would have to be human decency and respect.
Yeah, and it sounds great on the surface, but it's not just about that, right? You're trying to switch this around and blame everyone that you ever dated. But you see, I can also turn this around and say if you ever need to ask for human decency and respect in a relationship, then you're just not worthy of it. That's a bit controversial, but let me know what you guys think. Am I wrong in this? Do I take her word for it when she says that no man ever showed her any respect? Let me know.
Look, if we're dating and I text you saying I love you, I'm looking for an I love you too as a response. Not a back at you, not a you too, not a ILY. If you illy my ass, understand this, we're done. You took my 8 letters, you said I have time for 3. We're not fighting, it's over. We were never married, but we're now divorced. I took you to court. I didn't want any money. I just wanted a room full of people to see what a piece of shit you are, okay? You either act right in this life or you pack your bags and you go yourself.
Yeah, and me go myself sounds really good. If we're just dating and you say you love me, we are no longer dating. It's that easy. No court, no divorce, just you and me no longer knowing each other. And not only that, but after watching a video where a complete angel like yourself went on a first date with some guy, and then because the date didn't go well, she sued him for $10,000, I'm gonna think twice if I ever want to go on a date or not.
What's your name?
My name's Karen.
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
I'm not answering.
Don't get me wrong, I'm all for making fun of heinous old white women for their general white womening, but there's something about how the Karen meme has progressed that will never fail to make me upset. Like here, we have a woman who happens to be named Karen who politely declined to answer a very invasive question, and she wasn't even like rude about it, even though she had the right to be. And of course, there's comments being like, oh, such a Karen, her name fits so well. Like, why are women instantly portrayed as rude or Karens for simply enforcing basic boundaries?
Yeah, somehow I think there's not gonna be a lot of things that will not make you upset. That lady was not rude about it because you have no reason to be rude. Being rude is a choice. Nothing really gives you the right to be rude. And what in the world is a white womaning? I know I never took English in school, but somehow I still feel like I missed a class. Even though that lady's name was Karen, she refused to answer that question and she was still polite about it. Somehow, because this video that you made, you're more of a Karen than she is.
This is how you insult me. Okay, easy. I have a theory that there are two perfect ways to insult them. You either take the route of telling them that they look like they do something or that they look like they can't do something. And these things have to be extremely arbitrary so that they don't stop thinking about it because they feel insulted but they don't really know why. And you can take the obvious route and say, wow, you look like Mr. Potato Head, but that's a little too on the nose. You want to say things that make absolutely no sense so that they don't stop thinking about it for 5 years. For example, the route of saying, you look like you can't do something, okay? Perfect example, you look like you can't swim because there's literally no way to tell by looking at someone if they know how to swim or not. They're gonna be like, what makes me look like I can't swim? And then they'll never stop thinking about it. You look like you don't know how to tie your shoes. They're gonna be like, what does that even mean? Exactly. Another example, saying something they look like they do. And this really depends on the type of person that you're talking to. For example, if you are at a bar in New York talking to a stuck-up stockbroker saying, you look like you raise alpacas. He's going to be like, what about me looks like I raise alpacas? He's never going to know, but he's never going to be able to stop thinking about it. You see a guy wearing Gucci loafers, say, you look like you wear Velcro shoes. He's going to be like, what about me makes you think I wear Velcro shoes? And then he'll never be able to stop thinking about it. They have to be so random and not obvious. You almost have to come up with an insult that is the exact opposite of what they are. So then they're just completely confused. If you have any good examples, please use them below so we can all utilize this because I feel like I'm really onto something here.
What you're on is probably some substances that you should not be on. And let me get this straight, your entire goal in life is to just offend men, insult men. You have way too much free time on your hands, and unfortunately, not too many brain cells in your head. Leave some insults in your comments. No, I'm gonna leave one right here. You sound like you should be a natural blonde, and I don't even believe in that whole blonde hair stereotype. But in your case, I think I'm gonna make an exception.
Men who sleep with copious amounts of women not only do not respect women, they do not respect themselves. To have such disregard for yourself, your body, your energy, and your value that you will share it with just about anyone is not a sign of masculinity, but instead is a sign of a weak and damaged character.
Okay, well, fair enough. I'm not even gonna argue with you because I really don't care. But in return, let me ask you this. We all know that for a man, even for a chat, he still needs to put in some effort. He needs to look good, dress good, smell good, talk his talk, and all of that. For a woman to sleep with a man, all she has to do is say, let's do it. So you wanna make a video about women? Especially since we live in the middle of hookup culture? No, we're still gonna bash only men, right? Okay. My bad, yeah, you're right. How do I always forget that you're goddesses and angels? None of you can do no wrong, and whatever happens, it's only the man's fault. Let's use an example. Let's say a woman has a body count of 100. How much does she respect herself and men? Quite a lot, because obviously she's a woman. She can do no wrong.
This man texted me last night to ask why I haven't texted him, and then when I responded, he didn't respond.
Watch yourself, Mr. Barnes. Mr. McCoy, make sure your witness shows up.
If 2 + 2 is 4,
Well, it seems that 2 + 2 is karma. You didn't respond until he asked you why you didn't respond. After you responded, even for him, 2 + 2 is still 4. Even an easier math than that will be 1 + 1 is 2. 2 as in a couple. But for that to happen, of course, you'll need to stop playing games.
If you're having a bad week, I'll make you feel better.
I was ghosted by a couple that wanted me to be their third for a threesome, so that hurts.
Well, thank you. I actually had a great week and somehow you still made my day. For you to get ghosted by a couple that wanted you to join them, that means that you already have said yes. And no shade to you for wanting to join them. Whatever you want to do in bed, it's your own business. But considering there's not gonna be too many women that want to participate in something like that, most couple will accept anything that breathes. For you to get ghosted after agreeing to join them, you must really be the prize. That's not something you'll see every day, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I know that's obviously how BBL started. But for the love of God, can someone explain to me what is she trying to do? Is she trying to feel how her body's gonna feel after BBL or what exactly is she trying to do? Anyway, let me know in the comments. It's time to end this video right here. As always, I do hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and I will see you in the next one.